U.S. Air Force U-2 spy plane is missing at sea off Korea. The Pentagon says there's no evidence that it was shot down by North Korea. European community nations have formally recognized Croatia and Slovenia as independent states, a death blow to the Yugoslav Federation. Now this.
Minor muscle pain?
When sore muscles keep me from sleeping, I rub in Aspercreme and rub out pain fast. It concentrates relief for hours, and I don't smell medicine-y.
Rub in Aspercreme, rub out pain. Remember, Aspercreme contains no aspirin.
Dieters have different needs, so Accutrim created different formulas.
My appetite was huge until Accutrim Maximum Strength. I'd lose my willpower after 3 until I found late day.
I'd eat all day without Accutrim 16-hour.
Accutrim, one is right for you.
I'm Dan Rather. Tonight on the CBS Evening News, Eye on America looks at disabled veterans of the Gulf War and the care they get.
This is CBS. Introducing appetizer and dessert shells.
Bend me, shape me, any way you want me. Long as you love me, it's alright. Twist me, bake me, any way you want me. You got a crunchy, crispy delight.
New appetizer and dessert shells bake up so crispy, so easy, so go ahead.
Fill me, drape me, any way you want me.
New appetizer and dessert shells from Azteca.
Long as you love me, it's alright.
Now have twice the romance and double the fun with a double dose of laughter on Love Connection. First, it's the best of Love Connection at 3. Then it's brand new dating fun with all new matchmaking at 3:30. It's a double date on Love Connection. Weekday afternoons on TV8.
Good afternoon, I'm Sue Mason with this TV8 news break. Frigid temperatures and strong winds are whipping through central Iowa this afternoon. Snow fell overnight, and that made for blizzard-like conditions earlier in the day. Winds expected to drop off this afternoon. The head of a Mississippi-based white supremacist group is in Iowa today, trying to drum up support for a rally in Dubuque this Saturday. Richard Barrett of the Nationalist Movement tried unsuccessfully to meet with Governor Branstad today. Barrett is helping to organize the rally in Dubuque, and he's pushing for city officials to overturn a plan to recruit minority families. We'll have more news next hour.
Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology, where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. And now, here's your host, Chuck Woolley.
Hey, John. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good looking group. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Let's get started by meeting our first guest, Caesar Richards from Little Rock, Arkansas. Former college football player. Says that ever since the 3rd grade, women have been falling all over him. And the first thing he does when he meets a woman is test her intelligence. Please welcome Charlie McLean. How do you test a woman's intelligence?
Pretty much by conversation. If I'm talking with the lady, I'll pretty much just throw in a big word, here and there.
Like, for instance, give me a word that you might use.
Well, just the other day I was in the bank and I was standing in line talking to this lady, and from the conversation I gathered that she was sort of religious. So I said, well, I'm going to test her here. I asked her what denomination she was. Chuck, she didn't have a clue. So I was...
Didn't know what the word denomination meant.
Didn't have a clue.
Well, let's bring everybody up to date on what happened yesterday. We showed the audience Charlie's 3 choices. They voted on which one they thought would be best for him. Let's take a look. First, there's Leanna. She's looking for a man with muscular arms. Sharita says that her son's football practice is a great place to meet men. Barbara does a lot of flirting in her car. Audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get to that later. Right now, Charlie's going to remind us who he picked.
So I chose Leanna.
There's Leanna. She's backstage. Say hello to Leanna Clark. Hi, Leanna.
How are you?
I'm just fine. We'll shove it home back there, and Charlie will get us down to business.
First of all, I went to Leanna's apartment. I was on time. And as she opened the door, I gave her a big hug. Nice body, great legs. At this point, I must say, I was thinking about, oh, man, I'd sure love to jump her bones.
Charlie, we're on national television.
Oh, man, though.
I know, but a little more discreet. So now, what did you think of him, Leanna?
He was absolutely amazing. Tall, dark, and gorgeously handsome. really sexy black biker shorts that just showed every curve.
Liana tells me she's trilingual. So I tell her to tell me something in French. I really, really love French. And Chuck, I couldn't believe it. She couldn't say anything. So at this point, I just grab her and throw this big, huge French kiss on her. And I asked her, is that French enough for you?
It's nice to have a good date occasionally, but you know, then they come along like this, and you just kind of feel like I'm sitting on a frying pan. And you guys are doing this on purpose. I know you are. Now, do you speak French, Liana? What languages do you speak if you're trilingual?
Well, English, Spanish, and French, and I've had 7 years of French, and just being near Charlie, my mind just went completely blank, and I couldn't think of a thing to say.
So, what happens now?
So we're getting ready for dinner, and Liana comes out in this really snazzy Janet Jackson outfit. I really love Janet Jackson. It's really snazzy, really lovely outfit. She sort of read my mind there. And we hop in the car, and we're heading to the restaurant. And in the car, the conversation, Liana asked me, well, what kind of woman do you like? And I replied, someone pretty stable, professional, intelligent, someone pretty much like Liana is. And in return, I asked her what kind of man she wants, and I couldn't believe she described a guy like me.
Well, isn't that just amazing? So now you get to dinner.
We get to dinner, and we're having this romantic candlelit dinner, and we're sitting there holding hands, and I look at Liana, and I'm staring at her just in a complete trance for probably 3 or 4 minutes. And I ask her, Liana, do you believe in love at first sight?
Now, wait a minute, Charlie. Now, hang on. Now, this isn't the Charlie we've all come to know and love here. I mean, this is the guy that's never going to be vulnerable again, and so I got to feel like you're pulling my leg when you're doing this.
No. Ask her, Liana, do you believe in love at first sight? She goes, I believe in lust at first sight.
Yeah, that's one. From the looks of things, that's about what it's going at, too. How did you feel about his stares at you, Liana?
Oh, they were so incredibly intense and searing. It was like this electrical current was going on between us at the table.
So now what happened? So we finished dinner. It was a nice dinner, and then we go dancing. Liana's a terrific dancer. She has a nice little snap in her hip. Go back to Liana's apartment after we finish dancing. We go to her apartment.
You're scaring me now. You spent too much time in her apartment already.
Not enough. Not just yet. And she puts on a little mood music. And I'm sitting on the couch.
On the couch.
She walks over to me.
Walks over.
Sexy, soft voice goes, come here. And Chuck, you should have seen me, man. I was kicking off shoes, throwing away ties, unbuttoning shirts, trying to get to her. Racing to her. And we're dancing, we're slow dancing, and then we kiss passionately. And just had a pretty good time.
So now, how did the date end? Be good, Charlie.
Believe it or not, I was. I was good. We opened a bottle of champagne, and we toasted a love connection, and shared a few more kisses, and then she asked me to leave.
Let's take a look and see what the audience thinks. Oh, they picked Barbara. 36%. Trying to figure out what made them do that. I don't really know. But anyway, if you want to date with Barbara, we'll pay for it. If not, you're on your own. You can do what you like.
No, I'll stick with Liana.
Yeah, I'll bet. Liana?
Definitely.
Oh, you come on out. Stand passively by. Well, you two horny people, go off into the sunset. Well, it sounds like you had an amazing date. It really was. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I'm speechless. We'll be back with another couple. Stay with us.
Planters presents Everybody Loves a Nut.
Watch me lap up Planters dry roasted nuts.
Wow!
As life has proved, everybody loves the nuts.
Dorothy, will you marry me? Where's my ring? A lifesaver? It's the beginning. Don't worry. We'll live with my mother.
Lifesavers candy. Isn't life delicious?
Attention furniture shoppers, Don's Wholesale Furniture is having a great special on living room groups. These sets are nicely tailored and have a lifetime frame warranty. This beautiful sofa and love seat combination is on special for only $5.99 for both pieces. This two-piece sofa and love seat set trimmed in oak is only $4.99 for both pieces. And this smartly styled three-piece sofa, love seat, and chair set are only $3.99 for all three pieces while they last. Hurry in today. Credit cards accepted and easy finance terms available. Don's Wholesale Furniture, 4401 Northeast 14th Street, Des Moines.
For a taste of Old Mexico, enjoy fajitas made with Country Pride skinless, boneless chicken breasts, just $2.39 a pound, along with Richelieu mushrooms, 47 cents, Oreo cookies, $1.99, and Hy-Vee paper towels, 49 cents. For low prices all day, every day, shop Hy-Vee. And low prices.
Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this.
Connie said it'd be like this.
Mama said there'll be days like this, there'll be days like this, my mama said. Mama said, hey, don't you worry.
Connie said it'd be like this.
Don't you worry now. Mama said there'll be days like this.
Mama said it'd be like this.
Mama said.
She's been divorced for 3 years. She says that a woman's second marriage should always be for money. She admits that she married her ex-husband because he was the first man to ask her out for a second date. Please welcome Monica Skirvin. Hi, Monica. How are you? Now, you didn't really get married just because this guy asked you out a second time.
No, it's true.
It is true?
It's true. In high school, I was ugly. And, and I never had any dates, so then when my husband did ask me out for a second date and gave me flowers, I moved in, and 3 months later we married.
Why should a woman's second marriage be for money, except for all the obvious reasons? I guess that's kind of cynical, I suppose.
Well, because the first one doesn't last because it's for love. So then you marry for money, and then if that doesn't last, then you can at least take that money and go look for somebody for love again.
Made that up.
No.
No, you really don't believe that, do you?
No, I do.
You do believe it, honestly?
Sure.
Well, other than money, what are you looking for in a man?
I want a man to be have his own style.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to be sexy and make me melt. Cross between Mickey Rourke and Pee Wee Herman.
Sounds like a bad road map to nowhere. I can't. Take a look at the men that Monica had to choose from. Remember, you're going to pick the man that you think's best for her. First, there was Bob. Bob's a part-time swimming instructor, describes himself as a night owl. He's looking for a woman with Bette Midler's personality who will make him coffee in the morning. Here's more on what Bob's looking for.
I think the first thing I look at is the face. If she's healthy, usually the face and the eyes, the mouth usually tells you what kind of person she is, and I like a rear end, nice tight rear end and tight pair of jeans.
Oh, gee. Next there was David. He says that since his divorce 2 years ago, he meets most of his dates through a dating service. He admits that he'd rather party than work out, and David told us what he thinks makes a relationship work.
Communication is a big aspect of any relationship, whether it be something that you're going through for the next 20 years or something you're just going through for the next 5 minutes. So talking, communication, those are the biggest things.
And finally, another David, he thinks that he resembles Patrick Duffy. And on a scale from 1 to 10, he ranks himself a 7 because 7's a lucky number. He admits that he usually likes his dates a lot more than they like him. David recently met a blind date over the phone, and here's the description of her. His description.
Big, obese lady that was totally unattractive to me. I mean, I think the only thing that kept me in the restaurant was her big boobs. As we were walking to the car, she made an attempt to grab me and pull me in the car. I don't know how I couldn't restrict myself from leaving, but I didn't. So we ended up kissing for about, a quick 15 minutes.
Okay. Those are the three men Monica had to choose from. Time for you to vote. Who do you think would be the best man for her? We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the man that Monica selected. We're going to hear everything that happened on their date. We'll do that in 2 and 2. Be right back at
you. This woman's in bed with a terrible cold, keeping her from all she has to do. None of us want to be stuck with a bed cold. Stubborn congestion, constantly runny noses, rising fevers, aching bodies. But we don't have to give in to a bed cold. There's Benadryl Plus Cold. Benadryl is a name that stands for strength. Strength you can count on to help get you out of bed. Day or night, there's Benadryl Plus Cold. The Benadryl's strong enough for the bed cold.
How many ways can you think of to find a dentist? Look in the yellow pages? Ask a neighbor? Well, now there's a better way. Call 1-800-TELA-DDS. We've compiled information on dentists in your area, their education, years in practice, special training, so you can find out everything you need to know by making one call. You'll be secure in the knowledge that your dentist is qualified and close to where you work or live. So if you need a dentist, call 1-800-TELA-DDS.
A judge and his wife gunned down at home.
These people were murdered.
Inside Edition goes to Mississippi.
This convict says he knows who put out a contract on the judge and his wife.
I was there when the agreement was made.
And the mayor of Biloxi denies suggestions that he was involved.
Any suggestion that I was involved is an outright lie.
Inside a brutal murder in Biloxi. Watch Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, late night at 12:05 here on TV8. Tonight on TV8 News, live at 10, an eye on your family.
It's getting to be that time of year. Parents and students alike are beginning to wonder about registration for classes next fall, making sure that those classes are just right, that they satisfy both student and parent. We're talking about college, right? Nah, we're talking about preschool.
Picking a preschool on tonight's Eye on Families. Tonight on TV8 News, live at 10, Iowa's news leader.
All right, we're back. Monica's going to tell us who she selected.
I chose David.
Chose David. He's backstage. You haven't seen each other since their date. Say hello to David Dugan. Hi, David.
Hi, Chuck. How you doing?
I'm fine. You have no beard. You shaved that baby off, didn't you?
Career change, buddy.
Career change. Is that it? Okay, we'll make yourself at home back there, and Monica will tell us about the date.
Okay, he came to my door, and he was dressed like a dork.
He was?
Blue corduroy pants and blue and white tennis shoes. I'm into GQ, he's into JCPenney.
Oh, yeah. Well, now, what did you think of her outfit, David?
She was totally overdressed for the occasion, Chuck, and she had tons and tons of jewelry, and it kept clinging everywhere we went. And she had overemphasized on the big red lipstick she had on her mouth.
It's been a hard week. Well, now what happens?
Well...
Could you tell right away, I mean, both of you, that you really weren't that thrilled with each other?
I didn't like his style of dress, and that's important to me, so... Anyway, he gave me a yellow rose, and then he kisses me.
He kissed you?
Yeah, right away. He wasn't even in the door. His feet weren't even on the ground yet, and I didn't like that at all.
Well, now, why did you do that, Dave?
That was a welcome pick, Chuck, just simply a welcome pick.
Yeah, okay. So now what happens? Where do you go?
So we get in his car, we're going to go to lunch. And he asked me what kind of music I like. So I tell him Bon Jovi. And he goes, well, Monica, when you get to be our age, you can't listen to that acid rock.
Well, David, Bon Jovi's not acid rock.
Well, I think that we should be able to listen to more mellow music at our age, Chuck. I like contemporary jazz.
Our age? I'm not that old.
Oh, well, okay. So you didn't have that in common either?
No.
So now what happens?
So then we
go... Of course,
Bon
Jovi hadn't been around for, what, the last 4 years, 5 years anyway, have they? Talk to me. Have they?
They're still around? They're still around, Chuck, but I just basically changed to look just a little bit less style music than Monica chose.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so now you're going where?
We go to lunch. And he goes, tell me, Monica, do you like to be touched? I'm like, try it and you're dead.
figured at that point, Chuck, she wasn't encouraging me, so I went ahead and tried to assert myself.
Well, now what happens?
So we were going to go back and change for dinner. Personally, I would have ended the date at this time, but I bought a new dress and I wanted to wear it.
Okay.
And he changes his clothes and he comes out into my living
fashion
room.
really is important to you, isn't it?
Yeah. And he comes out in his polyester and he starts doing pirouettes in my living room. And he's like, am I the man of the hour or what? Basically, or what?
I don't think she likes your clothes, Dave.
I was feeling pretty good at that time of the day, Chuck, so I just said I liked what I had on. I just told her the way I felt. I felt pretty good with what I was wearing.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it just didn't seem to work in this situation. So now what happened?
So we go to dinner, and which there was absolutely no conversation at all. And he says to me, no, Monica, you seem to be an intelligent woman. We should have more conversation. Is it me? He lifts up his arms and starts smelling his armpits in the restaurant. I died.
Well, now what happened after that?
Well, he suggested we go dancing. And I pretended I had a sore foot, and I wanted to go home. He follows me upstairs, and I was trying, to get him to leave. He wouldn't leave, okay? So finally, though, he did leave, and he kisses me goodbye, and I'm like, oh, yuck. And he leaves. Finally, I'm really relieved he's out. He's gone. 5 minutes later, I hear a knock on the door. He bolts back into my house, gives me another kiss, and goes, I think that'll last me until I get home.
Is that a fair description, David, of what happened?
Well, sure it was, Chuck. I figured I'd come in on a love connection to meet the woman of my dreams, and I took my best shot. It didn't work out.
Let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. Boy, this is... Oh. They chose David number 1, 46%, down the middle. If you'd like to go out with him, we'd be happy to pay for it. If not, you can remain on your own. Obviously, do
I
what you
think
like.
I'm going to stay on my own. Thank you, though.
Well, we tried, and David, I apologize. We couldn't do better for you as well, but...
That's okay, Chuck. I enjoyed being on the show.
Well, we enjoyed having you. And Monica, thanks for coming on. Sorry we couldn't make a love connection for you. We're going to come right back with our next guest and try one with them.
Everyone would like you to believe they have the freshest vegetables. We want you to know there's only one place for truly fresh vegetables. Only one place that offers the season's best. Only one place that gives you the largest variety of quality vegetables all year round. That's right, Econo Foods, the big name for value and freshness.
Come to Big Sur Waterbeds for the hottest new looks, the most popular traditional styles, the best selection of beds for every budget. At Big Sur, $6.99 buys your choice of this oak 4-post bed, the oak Newporter with floating nightstands, the elite oak wall group in queen size, or this heirloom quality canopy waterbed. Quality bedroom furniture for just $6.99. And ask about 0% financing for 6 months. Only at Big Sur Waterbeds, America's largest waterbed retailer.
We're getting married again.
I think that's bigamy.
Love the second time around.
We're invited. How exciting.
When's the big event?
I don't care.
Oh, Dick, you're wonderful.
Relive the rituals of marriage.
I wouldn't marry you a second time if you were the last unromantic man on earth.
You look lovely in that gown, even though it reeks of a former occupant.
Will you play the damn music? Love is what it's all about on Newhart.
Newhart, right after the TV8 News, live at 10.
Stay tuned for more of Love Connection.
Man, no better way to face the day. When the sun comes up and I'm feeling fine, 'cause the AM surely is my favorite time.
The morning belongs to Lady Speed Stick. It's what to reach for to prepare, to prevent, to protect. Powerful protection that lasts all day.
No better way to face the day. Man, no better way to face the day.
you like a man, treats you like a woman.
Ooh, it took a cold morning like this one for me to discover a really great hot cereal for my family. And who would have expected? It's grape nuts. I just pour grape nuts, add milk, and microwave for a minute. It's got a warm, smooth, hearty taste that's so delicious we all love it. And grape nuts is fat-free. It's the perfect way to help keep us all going on a cold winter's morning. Hot, delicious grape nuts. Try it for yourself.
Hot or cold, breakfast with Post Grape Nut cereal helps keep you going strong all morning long.
Its conquests are legend. Germ killer, plaque slayer. Now Listerine faces its greatest challenge. The ever-present threat of the gum disease, gingivitis. Gingivitis, you have met your match. Listerine antiseptic. It says what it does what it says.
Makes it a point to cook for her days. She thinks that she scares men off. She expects to retire by the time she's 30. She was a contestant in the 1986 Miss California pageant. And she thinks that people often have the wrong impression of her. Please welcome Tamara Raisha. Raisha. What is it, Ray? Oh, thank you, Tamara. Nice. Got a little kiss from an ex-beauty pageant person.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi. How did you say your last name?
Raish.
Oh, Raish.
It's like a ray of sunshine with a sh in the end.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I got the ray, I got the shish a little wrong, but oh well.
What impression do people normally form of you?
Oh, well, because I'm pretty, they think that I'm stuck up and I'm insincere, but really I'm not like that. I'm really just a tomboy. I'm in jeans and a t-shirt and my roller skates. That's really who I really am.
I think with most attractive men or women, frankly, a lot of people consider them stuck up or whatever because they seem unapproachable.
It's a rough generalization.
Yeah. Do you think you scare men off? And you said you did. Why do you do it?
I do because my job is very lucrative, so I do make a lot of money, and it's really hard because the guys feel intimidated. They feel like I'm going to expect them to take care of me, and I take care of myself, so I don't need that.
So you're self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And that can be intimidating. So. Why do you make it a point to cook for your dates? Are you a great cook?
Well, I cook very simple foods, but basically it's the romance, the candlelight, and my apartment. And I like my dates to feel comfortable with me, and the only way they can do that is if they're in my setting, and they've got to feel comfortable with the romance part, because that's going to be part of my life.
That's good to know. Lord knows we've had a fill of it this week, haven't we? All right, let's take a look at the tapes that Tamara saw, and I remember you're going to vote again. Here we go. First, there was Kevin. He's from Chicago. He likes his dates, likes to take his dates for rides on his motorcycle. He says that he's never been shy about letting a woman know that he's attracted to her. And here's the type of woman that Kevin asks out.
I like girls that I like to think that they could have any guy, that they're that attractive or that they're that composed, that they could have any guy that they want. So I like to think that there's always that challenge there. Like if I take them for granted or treat them bad or whatever, that the next day they could be with anybody else.
All right. Next, there's Tim. He's from Minneapolis. Describes himself as cheerful and friendly, but he thinks that he has a tendency to be too serious. He likes to plan active dates, and here's how Tim acts when he's out with a woman.
If I'm out with a girl or a group of people, I'll talk to other people, or if they joke around, and it's always very, very innocent. And I don't have any problem with the other person's talking to other people. But I'm not going to go out somewhere where there's a bunch of people and then just focus on one person.
Finally, Jason, he lists his hobbies as bodybuilding, softball, water skiing, fishing, skydiving, admits that a woman with great legs will get him every time. And here's what happened when the father of a recent date invited Jason in.
Father said, "Come on in." I opened up the door, and he was watching boxing on the couch, and I walked. His couch was right here, and the front door was here, and I walked up, sat down on the couch, crossed my legs like that, smelled it right about the time I saw the grass sticking up off my feet like that. He turned around, looked at me to ask me if I liked boxing, and he saw it, and I looked down, and there's a footprint every other step like that. I go, golly.
Those are the three men that Tamara had to choose from. It's time for you to vote. Who do you think would be the best man for her? audience has made its choice. We're out of time, so we're going to find out who Tamara picked and hear everything that happened on their date tomorrow. That's our show for today. I'm Chuck Woolery. I hope all your dates are good ones. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Chuck Woolery's wardrobe furnished by Lacrosse, a division of Warren Sewell Clothing Company. This is John Cervenka speaking for Love Connection. Love Connection is an Eric Lieber production, produced in association with Lorimar Television and distributed by Warner Brothers Domestic Television Distribution.
Hello, 1-800-TELE-DDS.
I'm interested in finding a dentist for my family.
We do have a number of qualified dentists from which to choose.
What can you tell me about them?
We have a complete profile on each of them. Years in practice, special training, as well as hours and other office information.
Well, I do have a 6-year-old.
I understand. We can recommend someone who just might be in your own neighborhood.
If you need help finding a dentist, call 1-800-TELE-DDS today.
In Ottumwa, tune to Channel 23 for better reception of TV8.
Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology, where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. And now, here's the host of Love Connection, Chuck Woolery.
Thanks, everybody. Welcome. Nice to have you. Welcome, everybody, back. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. He's not looking for a serious relationship, but he thinks that most women are. He surprises a lot of his dates when he tells them that he's a part-time exotic dancer. Please welcome Darren Hendon. You are? I didn't know that about you, Darren. Come have a seat. Now, how did you get into that line of work?
Oh, it was my grandmother's idea. I thought it was a big joke, you know. I'd always wanted to do it, but I thought I had to be stoned out my mind to do it. So I did it for one Halloween, and she's like, if you're going to do it right, you know.
Your grandmother did?
Yeah, well, I just was going to wear some biker pants, and she took me to the store and got me some underwear with a ghost on them, appropriate for Halloween.
Do you have a stage name that you use? I mean, you got all these other names.
Yeah, my stage name is Tiger. When I was a little... When I was a little kid, I used to be the sorriest kid on the team, and but I never quit, you know. So they called me Tiger.
Good for you.
And now it's not because I resemble one. I tell them before I start dance, it's because I don't quit like one.
Yeah, good for you. All right. So we're going to remind everybody what happened yesterday. Our studio audience saw Darren's 3 choices. They voted for one. Going to take a look at all 3 women again today and catch you up. First, Marlo. She says that men love her dimples, but they think that she's too opinionated. Monique, she's a traffic cop, and she says that she meets a lot of men when she's giving them parking tickets. Finally, Ursula, she thinks that most men are afraid to make a commitment. Now, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get that a little later. Right now, Darren's going to tell us who he chose.
I picked Marlo.
She's backstage. Say hello to Marlo Green. Hi, Marlo.
Hi, Chuck.
Make yourself at home back there, okay?
Okay.
All right. Darren, tell me about the date.
Well, I had to come from Los Angeles, and I had business down in San Diego, so it was real convenient.
We've had a lot of long dates this week, you know. That's a long way. Most people in around the country don't realize that's a round trip of maybe 250 miles.
Oh, that was cool. I mean, if it turned out bad, I can always go back home.
Well, that's true. So you go down to San Diego?
Yeah, I go down to San Diego, and we get booked in the hotel. Yeah, well, I showed up at her door, and I just stared at her.
And what did you think when you saw him?
She had the Kim Donnas, Chuck.
Oh, she hadn't come down?
She had the Kim Donnas.
She had the Kim Donnas? Is that it?
She was perfect.
Oh.
I mean, she was great.
Oh,
yeah?
sweet.
She was. She was.
Chuck, when I opened the door, I had this big Kool-Aid smile on my face when I saw him because he was really, really cute. All I could do was just tease. I thought he was really attractive, and he looked nothing like our telephone conversation.
He looked nothing like your telephone?
No, nothing at all. He was really cute, and he had on these really tight jeans and he had on this nice shirt, and I could see some of his chest. He looked really hot.
Well, now what happens next?
Well, after that, I got dressed, and we decided to go to dinner. And it was around closing time, and they tried to shove herself in the corner. I was like, no, I want the most romantic spot in the whole joint. And they were so, like, upset that I got upset that they had 3 people clear off a table, and it was real romantic.
Tell me about this dinner.
Well, it was really romantic. We stared into each other's eyes. He fed me his shrimp, his hot shrimp, and I fed him my lobster. And we had wonderful conversation. And it was never a moment when we could not speak, when it was empty conversation. It was really romantic.
And visions of sugar plums danced in your head.
I wanted to be like TV, though. You know what I mean? I wanted it perfect.
Like Dynasty or something
like
that.
Dynasty.
So, and after dinner, what happened?
Well, after that, I wanted to go dancing, so she took me to this funky reggae club. And
we got busy, Chuck.
Yeah, we got busy. We got busy.
Did you know anybody at this place, Marlo?
Oh, I saw I saw a few of my girlfriends, but I told one of my girlfriends that I was on my Love Connection date, and she was just hooping and hollering, and she told her other girlfriends, and they were just drooling all over Darren.
She had cute friends too, Chuck.
But you know the thing about it, Chuck. He made me feel like I was the only woman in the club.
And you know what? If the date would have been over, if I would have woke up dreaming, it was so cool right there.
Is that it?
I mean, it was perfect.
He's sweet. Very sweet, man.
I mean, so now you've danced and everything. Now what happens?
Well, after that, we went home. We went to her house, and it was real late. I had to get up for my business seminar the next morning. And she says, I'm going to bed, Darren. Let's go to bed. So I was like, whoa, don't even trip, Darren. Don't even think about it. And I talked to her sister for a little while. And,
Excuse me, Darren. You forgot about the part when we walked into the house and you went straight to the bathroom. And I was wondering, because you asked me where the bathroom was at. And the next thing I know, I heard the water running and you were taking a shower, but I never knew you were going to take a shower. So I just thought I'd add that right quick.
Well, you know,
should I ask about what's happening next year? I mean, do I want to get into this, Marlo?
Chuck, it was a very pleasant, very quiet, very safe evening. We both had on all our clothes, and we laid in my bed and we talked.
She snored.
Darren, you didn't tell me that. Chuck, I don't know about the snoring part, but it was a very safe evening. And when I woke up...
Safe? I mean, it sounds like you have traffic signs up all over the places. What do you mean?
Well, we were fully dressed, and he stayed on his side of the bed, and I stayed on my side of the bed. And when I woke up, I forgot that he was there, and I looked at him, and I was like, oh, Darren, you're here. And he looked really cute while he was sleeping, and I went right back to sleep. It was a very, very nice day.
How did it end?
Well, I woke up. I had her set like 3 alarm clocks to make sure I got up early, and I left, and
I didn't walk him to the door, and that was
rude. She didn't walk me to the door, and it was okay. I didn't want to wake her up. You know, she was
so
sleeping
you left
like
her
a baby.
Asleep.
Yeah, I left her asleep. She was sleeping like a baby, so you know.
And you haven't seen her since?
I see her now.
Woo!
Well, let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. Right up. They picked Monique, 57%. That's not who you wanted, I don't think, but that's who they picked. Of course, we'll pay for that one because that's who they picked, but if not, you can do anything you want.
I can do anything I want.
Anything you want.
I want to go out with Marlo.
Is that all right with you, Marlo?
Definitely.
Come on out. Come on over and have a seat. Well, you guys had a great day, didn't you?
We sure did.
Yeah, I'm glad you came on the show, all the way up from San Diego.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We enjoyed having you. Yeah, we're going to come right back with another couple right after this. Stay with us.
Planters presents Everybody Loves a Nut.
Watch me lap up Planters dry roasted nuts.
Wow! As Planters proves, everybody loves a nut.
Dorothy, will you marry me? Where's my ring? A lifesaver? It's the beginning. Don't worry. We'll live with my mother.
Lifesavers candy. Isn't life delicious?
Are you using a separate fabric softener with your detergent to get clothes clean and soft?
Are you spending more than you need? Stop. Today, the Smart Money is our new Ultra Bold. You get the outstanding cleaning of your detergent and quality softness without a separate softener. And it doesn't cost as much as these two. So why buy two? Just buy one. New Ultra Bold. Clean. Soft. Smart.
Snow, snow, snow. We've got snow. We make snow at Fun Valley Ski Area in Montezuma. Fun Valley's piling it higher, making it deeper, giving you more room to ski and more fun for the entire family. Fun Valley's 29 snowmaking machines guarantee you great skiing no matter what the weather. Fun Valley is the ski area anyone can enjoy. And Fun Valley has all the equipment you need to have a great time. And we've got snow. Open every day till 9:30. Ski Fun Valley, just 2.5 miles southwest of Montezuma, just off Highway 63.
Some people. It's not mine.
Crisp, clean Dentine. We'll take care of your breath. The rest is up to you.
Hi. Hi. Didn't I see you here yesterday?
If this is a cold, this is the flu. Metaflu, without drowsiness. Maximum strength relief for more than a cold. For the flu. Metaflu.
Guest describes himself as, quote, the traditional macho Latino man who likes to have his own way. He's a master chef, and he spoils his dates by preparing a very special private dinner for them. Please welcome Frank Delgado. Frank, how are you? Good to see you. Have a seat. Ooh, gourmet cook, huh?
Yes.
Well, now, what kind of things do you prepare for your dates that you are tried and true?
Okay, my true go-getter is, or get them into bed every time. It's
oh, gee, Frank.
Start off with
come on, Frank. Now just talk to me here. Don't start bragging.
We start off with some shrimp Chippewa, and then from that we go
shrimp Chippewa.
Yes, sir. And some shrimp fettuccine. Followed with a nice crisp Caesar salad that's tossed at the table, and then some filet mignon with a mushroom sauce. And then if she's not the dessert by then, I end up with crepe Suzette flambe.
Sound like all of that food would put you into a home. I mean, good night. That's a lot of food. Yeah. So put on a little weight anyway.
Well, my problem is that the girls I go out with generally end up at 115 pounds because that's the way I like them, tall, lean, and mean. But after a couple of months of dating, they billow up to 150 pounds.
Well, I imagine, sure. Yeah.
And it's time to find a new date. Yeah. Because they get too fat for me.
Frank's a real sensitive guy, isn't he? What's your dating life been like lately?
It's pretty active. Date generally 3 times a week, yeah. And on good weeks I can date as many as 5 girls during the week, and then I have to double up. I date 2 girls on one day. Latino.
Now take a look at the women that Frank had to choose from. Remember, you're going to pick the woman that you think's best for him. First, there's Chris. She thinks that rental car dealerships are the best place to find dates. She's looking for a man who won't be scared off by her short hair and her unpainted nails. And Chris told us one of her more unusual nights out.
We went to the movies, and you know how they have all these different theaters, like 5 or 6 different theaters that you walk in and out of. And I went up and got some popcorn. I forgot which one I was in, so I just assumed I was in one, and I went back into another one and sat down next to another guy that I have no idea who he was, watched the rest of another movie that I wasn't supposed to be watching, and this other guy's looking for me all over the place.
Next, Eva, in her free time, she likes to watch old westerns and plan her next vacation. She goes for macho men. She met her last boyfriend through a video dating service, and we asked Eva how she feels about approaching men. Here's what she said.
If I'm attracted, I'll go over and say hi, or, good fruit looking out in the vegetable section or whatever. But if he doesn't continue and carry on the conversation, then I don't pursue. I'm still pretty traditional when it comes down to that.
Okay, finally, Maria. She was born in Ecuador. When she's alone, she likes to take magazine personality tests. Her idea of a great date is skydiving, followed by a good dinner. Maria told us what she did when one date started flossing his teeth at her table.
I told him, I said, that's not a nice thing to do in front of a table on a date with me. Go to the bathroom right away. I felt like hitting him like a mother does to a child. Like, don't do that.
All right, those are the 3 women that Frank had to choose from. Now, you met him, you know a little bit about him. Who would you send him out with? opinion. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the woman that Frank selected, hear everything that happened on their date. We'll do it 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Every second of an asthma attack can feel like an eternity. That's why there's Primatene Mist. Primatene opens clogged breathing tubes in as fast as 15 seconds. Primatene Mist, the fastest type relief known.
My hemorrhoids hurt so much, I was afraid I needed surgery. But my doctor said they weren't serious, and it's time I used Preparation H.
Preparation H helps shrink swelling of inflamed hemorrhoidal tissues and often relieves pain, itching, and burning for hours. Doctor recommended Preparation H.
What does it mean to be Iowa's news leader? TV8 News leads the way today in fast, aggressive news coverage with the largest television news staff in Iowa.
What does it mean to be Iowa's news leader? TV8 News leads the way today in technology with the only satellite news vehicle in the state.
What does it mean to be Iowa's news leader? Leading the way today with news you can use, money, the environment, and education.
Each day at 6:30 a.m., noon, 6, and 10, you can count on TV8 News.
Iowa's news leader.
The Iowa Games is looking for a whole different kind of athlete. The new Iowa Winter Games in Dubuque. Call now and show us what you're made of.
Hi, I'm Paula Zahn.
And I'm Harry Smith.
Wake up every morning to the best news, weather, and sports in Central Iowa on the TV8 Morning News with Liz Murdian and John McLaughlin. Weekday mornings at 6:30.
Iowa, you know, I've spent some time there. In fact, graduated from Central College in Pella. Even played football while I was there.
You are kind of an Iowa guy, aren't you?
Adopted, at least. That's right. And after the TV8 Morning News, stick around for CBS This Morning at 7.
The best in local and national news every morning on TV8, Iowa's news leader.
Okay, we're back. Frank's going to tell us who he selected.
I selected Maria.
Haven't seen each other since their date. We always hear both sides. Say hello to Maria Rosales. Hi, Maria.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. Make yourself at home back there, hon.
Okay.
Okay, Frank's going to talk to us.
I called her up on the telephone. We spoke, and we decided to make plans to go down to Baja and maybe spend the entire weekend there. And I mentioned to her that...
Oh, weekend in Mexico?
Yeah, yes, sir. I am not the type of guy that rents...
You don't have to call me, sir.
Okay, that rents one room with one bed. And I mentioned that to her.
Well, now, why would you do that? Because...
Well, because I'd rather spend my money on treating the girl with dinner, buying her gifts, than spending it on an expensive motel or hotel room. I mean, all we're going to do in the room is sleep, right?
I don't know.
All we need the room for is to sleep.
Have you agreed to this, Maria?
Yes, I did.
And are you a little nervous about getting just one room?
No, I thought I could handle it, and if it got out of hand, I'd just find another room, that's all.
Okay, all right. Well, here we go. Now what, so you pick her up?
Yeah, she had no problems about the one-room stuff. We picked her up at work. I was really disappointed, Chuck. She was slightly overweight, more than what her application had stated. And like I said, I enjoy them a little bit taller so that I can fatten them up and then get rid of them, you know. There I had no chance. I had no chance.
Now, you see, the problem with that kind of thing, Frank, is people out there are going to believe that we set you up to talk like that or something. Trust me, folks, we didn't, okay? Now, when Frank shows up at your door, what did you think of him?
I didn't think much. I like the athletic type, and clearly looking at him, he doesn't work out.
Oh, boy, what a weekend in Baja this is going to be. So, you drive to Baja?
I had long 3 hours down to Baja, had some conversation along the way.
Is the conversation good?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. You know, we're hanging
Now, he
there.
describes himself as a traditional macho Latino. Did he come across that way?
Yes, he certainly did. He was bragging about how he cheated on his wife and how he dates the party girl type. I wasn't impressed.
I did not say that at all. I've been divorced for 6 years, so it's fine.
Oh, gosh.
Okay,
So you get to
we get to the motel room, one bed. We go in there and change. We go down to dinner. We go into the dinner house. I asked her if she'd like to have some raw oysters.
Well,
I
did
didn't
you
have a
enjoy the
chance to
dinner,
eat it.
Maria?
The food was good.
Yeah.
Probably the
It would
best
have been
you've
nice
ever
if I was
had.
eating by myself.
Oh, this is just falling apart in front of my eyes here. So you're finished with dinner. You go back to the hotel, right?
Yes.
Okay, now what happens?
I go into the bathroom to freshen up and change, and when I come out, she says, "Don't come out yet." You know, so here I'm expecting some sexy negligee or something to come on while she's already in bed.
Now, why are you expecting that?
She told me not to come out yet, to wait. She says, wait, like she's going to surprise me with something.
You're like the eternal optimist here or something. So he comes out, and what's going on here, Maria?
Nothing. I was getting ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I was tired. That was
She
it.
had on a little black
A bulletproof suit?
No, not at all, Chuck. Not at all. No, wait a minute here. Now you got me going now.
Got a Kevlar robe on.
No, she had a thin black camisole on with no bra and no panties. Everything on there giving me the indication that she would like me to try something.
Well, now, what is this? Now, Maria.
Why would she
Maria,
wear no
talk to me here.
underwear?
Now, what's going on?
Why would she wear no underwear?
It wasn't that big a deal,
Why
and he
would she
shouldn't
not
have
wear underwear?
assumed
It
I
wasn't
meant
that big a
I
deal.
wanted anything more.
Why did you not wear no underwear or bra to bed?
Well, that's a good question, Maria. I have to say
And
that's a
you
valid
asked me, sleep
question.
with me as if I'm your sister. A sister would not go to bed with a brother with no clothes
It
on.
wasn't that big a deal. That's all.
I mean, come on, you were nothing but a tease.
I've gone from studs to Geraldo here. Damn it.
She has a little camisole.
I'm going to have to move to the audience for questions. I don't know what to do. This is just
kicked her out
bizarre.
and says, hey, go tease somebody else.
Yeah, right. So, and what happens the next morning?
Woke up about 7:30. As far as I'm concerned, the date's over. So let's get in the car. We drive a long 3 hours back to where she lives at. Then another 45 minutes to get to where she wanted to go.
Lord,
and it
I'm
took
worn
another,
out, Frank. I really am. I'm just absolutely
another hour
exhausted.
for me to get home. And it really was a waste of time, Chuck. A waste of time.
It was sure interesting, I'll tell you that. Let's take a look and see who the audience picked for. Maria, 39%. Well, I think we've said enough about that. And Maria, I'm sorry we didn't make a love connection for you. Now,
That's okay.
you assumed by going on the weekend with him to Baja that you could handle yourself. Do you feel like you did?
Yes.
You did.
Felt I did. Yes. No problem.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And Frank, sorry we didn't make a love connection, but no problem. Thanks a lot. We're going to come right back with our next guest. Stay with us.
A quick reminder, Lubriderm lotion restores lost moisture to heal your dry skin and protect it. Remember, the one created for dermatologists is the one that heals and protects. Lubriderm. See you later, alligator.
At Long John Silver's, you're gonna get your wish. Go fish. Go fish. Go. Chicken.
Chicken? 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 Chicken at Long John's? Yeah. Natural tender chicken breast. And right now, our chicken and fish combo is just $1.99.
At Long John Silver's, you're gonna get your wish.
Go chicken! Go chicken!
Go fish. Long John Silver's.
This Sunday at 11 a.m. on TVH At Issue program.
Migrant workers pour into Iowa every year to find jobs in the state's farm fields. There is a group that's here to help them. I'm Michelle Parker on At Issue, a look at Proteus employment opportunities. And Roberta Flack has a new song to sing. Mary Brubaker talks to the singer about her latest album.
This Sunday at 11 a.m. here on TVH.
Stay tuned for more of Love Connection.
No better way to face the day. When the sun comes up, then I'm feeling fine. 'Cause the AM surely is my favorite time.
The morning
belongs to Lady Speed Stick. It's what to reach for, to prepare, to prevent, to protect. Powerful protection that lasts all day.
No better way to face the day. No better way to face the day.
Protects you like a man, treats you like a woman.
Ooh, it took a cold morning like this one for me to discover a really great hot cereal for my family. And who would have expected? It's grape nuts. I just pour grape nuts, add milk, and microwave for a minute.